Today on Dad Hut, we're taking a look at the DJI Mini 2. How loud is this guy? How far away do you need to fly it so that no one can hear you? Let's find out. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Dad Hut for all future Dad Hut videos. Today, we're going to be taking a look at this guy, the DJI Mini 2. A lot of people have been talking about it, a lot of reviewers especially have talked about how quiet it is. And that was kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to pick it up. I previously owned a DJI Phantom 3 and the very first DJI Mavic Pro. So I love them. I think they're great drones, but they are noisy. And so I was looking for something a little bit quieter, something that, you know, isn't going to get noticed as much. And a lot of reviewers were saying that this is the drone to get. So we're going to figure out whether or not that's true. Are you going to be able to fly this drone around without, you know, a lot of noise and a lot of people staring at you? We're going to find out today. I'm going to do some tests. We're going to take it outside and figure out if that's the case. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the DJI Mini 2 and we are going to fly it straight above our head until we can no longer hear it. So let's jump outside and get into that right now. Okay guys, here we are. We're outside. We've got the DJI Mini 2 flying about 10 feet away from us right now. We're going to do a sound test. Everybody keeps saying how quiet this is compared to other drones. So we're going to take it up straight up in the air right above my head. Typically you're flying over people, so that's where you don't want them to, you know, hear the drone or be disturbed by the drone. So we're going to see how high we need to fly this drone to where we cannot hear it anymore. Hopefully the camera will pick it up, but I'll let you guys know as well. So again, right now we're in my backyard. We are in a quiet neighborhood. There's no busy roads around. There should be no other sound, so it's very, very quiet here. And we'll see how high we got to take it up. Let's start at 50 feet. Okay, so we are at 50 feet. You could probably see the drone there. And it is obviously still audible. Still can hear it. If that was to fly over my head somewhere, I would definitely look up and see what the heck it was. Didn't think it would be dead quiet at 50 feet, so let's try it at 100 and see what happens. Okay, we are now at 100 feet. See if you can pick that up there. Exactly 102 feet to be exact. Obviously can still see the drone, can still hear it. I would still definitely look up and see what the heck that was above my head. I would say it's a little quieter than the Mavic Pro. Since I've owned that drone, I can say that one was pretty loud. Comparing it to that, but I would say it's not super quiet or anything either. I mean, I can definitely still hear it, but we're only at 100 feet, so let's try 150. Okay, we are now at 150 feet. Don't know if you can still see it up there. It's right above my head, and yeah, can definitely still hear it. It's getting quieter, but obviously I would still look up to see what the heck this was flying above my head. It's still noticeable. It's not like, oh, what could that be over there? I mean, I would definitely know it's coming from above me and look up. So let's try 200 feet. Okay, guys, we are at 200 feet. See if you can see it way up there. Probably can't see it anymore up there. But here you go. On there's 200 feet, if you can make that out. Exactly 200 feet. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up at all, but I can still hear it. It is very faint. I would say if there was any kind of loud traffic or people talking at 200 feet, I probably wouldn't be able to hear this. You might not even be able to hear it on the microphone when I'm talking, so I'm going to be quiet for just a second, see if you can hear it. Not sure if you guys can even hear that, but it is very faint at this point. So I'm guessing another 50 feet, you're probably not going to be able to hear this drone at all. But let's take it up to 250 and see what happens. Okay, 250 feet. Yeah, can't hear it. Man, I hate to say I can't hear it, but man, if I really, really tried to hear it, I probably could. A car just drove by out front and definitely couldn't hear it. Yeah, I mean, I'm listening for it, and if I really, really listen for it, maybe I can make it out, but you can't really hear it at all. So I think 250 feet is probably that sweet spot if you're looking for nobody to look up and say, what is that flying above my head? And that's probably in a completely quiet environment. If you were in somewhere like a public place or somewhere where there's rushing water or whatever kind of noise is being, out in the, environment, then you're probably going to be able to go a lot lower. But 250 feet seems to be the sweet spot to not be able to hear this drone directly above my head. It's good, but, I guess I was hoping for better. It's definitely better than the Mavic Pro that I had. But a lot of people, a lot of reviewers are talking about how quiet this drone is and how nobody even knows that you're flying it. I don't know if that's the case. Can definitely still hear it. I mean, obviously a lot of people are flying higher than 250 feet, but if you wanted to fly lower than that, even something around 100 feet, then over people or over in a neighborhood or something, people are going to look up and see what the heck that noise is. So, yeah, they're getting better. Still not there yet, but they're definitely getting better on the sound. Okay, guys, there you have it. As you can see, the drone is quieter, in my opinion, than, some of the other DJI drones that have come out before it. But you're not going to be able to just, secretly fly this somewhere without anybody noticing. It still does make quite the audible noise, especially taking off and landing. I mean, it's much lower to the ground there. So even if you were able to get it up in the air without people noticing, you're going to have to fly at least 200 feet, I think, before, people wouldn't notice the drone there. Maybe if it was really, really noisy, if you're in a big city, which, you probably shouldn't be flying the drone, but that's neither here nor there. But, if it's really noisy, you could probably get away with much lower. But in a quiet environment, 250 feet is probably where you're going to be no noise. A little bit of light noise, I'm going to say around 200 feet. But yeah, so don't think you're just going to be, incognito and stealthy with this drone. They haven't quite got that far yet. Not saying anything bad about the drone. It is great. It's a really, really good drone. And it doesn't make, a bunch of noise, any more than any of the other drones. It's actually, in my opinion, a little quieter, but, a lot of reviewers are going out there saying like, this is so quiet, you can fly through the neighborhood and nobody's even going to know that you're there. I don't think so. You could definitely hear it. And my wife could say she could hear it inside the house when I was flying it as well. So, yeah. So there you have it. I'm probably going to do a full review on this drone here and just kind of figure out who this drone is for here in the next week or two. And I'll try to get that posted. But, yeah, if you like this video, if it helped you out at all, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, subscribe to Dad Hut for all future Dad Hut videos. We'll see you on the next one, guys.